The death toll in Turkey and Syria continues to climb, and Taiwan is sending more aid. The KMT's vice chair goes to China to meet with top Beijing officials. A geothermal plant is getting ready to open in Taiwan, but local residents aren't warming up to it. Plus, Taiwanese-American basketball star Jeremy Lin is in Taiwan and ready to play for the Kaohsiung Steelers. A warm welcome to Taiwan Plus News. I'm Eric Gao. The death toll from Monday's two massive earthquakes in Turkey continues to climb. Some reports estimate that almost 8,000 people have died in Turkey and neighboring Syria. Taiwan has increased its financial assistance to Turkey from $200,000 to $2 million. The government has also set up bank accounts where people can contribute funds for disaster relief. 2 Taiwanese search and rescue teams have already arrived in Turkey. A Taiwan-funded civic center near the Turkey-Syria border has taken in hundreds of refugees. The center's director says they're doing their best to keep the center running.
的团队是努力的在当地去收集柴油，才能够发电以及物资。目前的状况至少还能够撑1个礼拜，1个礼拜到2个礼拜。
U.S. President Joe Biden has said the United States will act to protect itself if China threatens its sovereignty. Biden made the remarks during his State of the Union address in Washington on Tuesday. His speech comes after the U.S. recovered a Chinese balloon that it shot down over the Atlantic Ocean last week. The U.S. says the balloon had surveillance equipment, but China says it was a civilian airship. The incident prompted U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken to postpone a trip to Beijing. Tensions over Taiwan were meant to be discussed during Blinken's visit. In Biden's address, he said Washington sought competition with China, not conflict.
But I will make no apologies that we're investing to make America stronger, investing in American innovation and industries that will define the future that China intends to be dominating.
Meanwhile, U.S. lawmakers have proposed several bills to deter China from threatening Taiwan. The bills were introduced in a hearing of the U.S. Financial Services Committee on Tuesday. This body oversees the country's financial services industry. One bill would exclude China from the G20 and the Bank of International Settlements if it threatens Taiwan. Another bill would press for Taiwan's participation in the International Monetary Fund. The hearing was the committee's first of the year, and it focused heavily on anti-China legislation.
The United States must lead by example. Our national security requires the U.S. financial sector to remain open, vibrant, and resilient, even as we prevent Chinese companies from advancing Beijing's strategic ambitions.
The vice chair of Taiwan's main opposition party has set off to visit China. Andrew Shah is second in command of the Kuomintang, or KMT, and he's taking a delegation to Beijing to meet top Chinese officials. Sally Jensen was at Taoyuan Airport for his departure.
For the first time this year, Taiwan's main opposition, the Kuomintang, is sending its vice chair to meet with top Beijing officials. The government's top body overseeing relations with China has challenged him to reflect the will of the Taiwanese in maintaining democracy and peace. But what is the purpose of this visit? KMT Vice Chair Andrew Shah and his entourage left Taoyuan Airport today to meet China's new Taiwan Affairs Office Director Song Tao in Beijing. They plan to visit Taiwanese nationals in various cities around China before returning on February 17th.
增加对话沟通也是世界各国大家的一致的看法。我们会按照我们自己的步伐，我们去大陆只是去处理，希望能够把这个台湾的人民的心声能够表达出来，能够得到一个比较好的正面的一个解决。我想这个绝对不是所谓朝贡。
Xia's last visit to China in August drew controversy because of the timing. It was just days after Beijing held large-scale military exercises around Taiwan in response to then U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taipei. This time, the KMT says the delegation wants to engage in dialogue, quote, on the basis of equality and dignity to reflect the newest will of the people.
我也必须强调，我们是反对党，我们不是执政党。我们没有被授权，我们也没有这个权利去谈判、去磋商。
With more bans from Beijing on Taiwanese goods and the recent furor over suspected Chinese spy balloons, Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party, or DPP, says this visit is also badly timed.
这一次选在间谍气球亲美非常紧张的敏感时机，要坚持到中国来访问，还坚称说这一次到中国的形式是客随主便，轻描淡写。请问是把台湾人民当笨蛋吗？
With all communication cut off between Beijing and the DPP, the KMT says visits like these can help maintain peaceful cross-strait relations. And whether the KMT or the DPP is best placed to guide Taiwan's relations with China is likely to be a key issue in the run-up to next year's presidential elections. Andy Schwer and Sally Jensen for Taiwan Plus.
Taiwan's military is working with the country's top weapons maker to enhance national defense. Their efforts are focusing on more missiles and more drones. Jaime Ocon has this report.
Taiwan is taking its defense to new heights. The country's top weapons maker, the Zhongshan Institute of Science and Technology, have tested what analysts believe is a new type of missile, one that could strike China. In recent months, Taiwan has seen an increase in Chinese warplanes and ships operating around its borders. Beijing claims Taiwan as its own and is threatened to take it over by force. China's actions are putting pressure on Taiwan to enhance its security, and now the country is stepping up missile production. The Zhongshan Institute produced about 500 missiles in 2021, 800 the year after, and now it's looking to produce over 1,000 missiles this year. Analysts say the push for more missiles is a focus for the military.
这个 priority 最重要的还是在于这个就是 missile 部分，包括 anti-ship 还有 air defense， 这个是不会变的，因为它是比较属于 long range 的一个武器，比较长程的，就是可以让敌方的船舰比较难靠近。
But Taiwan is looking for more than just missiles. The Defense Ministry says it's working with the Zhongshan Institute to build a variety of unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs. One drone was recently used for the first time in a military drill. It conducted surveillance. Taiwan's military says the use of drones is just one of the lessons it's learning from Ukraine's defense against the Russian invasion.
那么，因应当前的敌情威胁以及俄乌战争的一个整体的无人机的一个运用经验，那么为了建构我国的无人机的一个不对称的战力，国防部加速的推动各型无人机的研发跟产制。
The Institute plans to develop what they say is a drone fleet, upgrading 5 different commercial drones to a military standard. Analysts say that these drones could be incorporated more into Taiwan's defense strategy.
那现在是因为科技进步，所以让这些无人机有更多的就是使用弹性。那当然在这次乌克兰战争，我们看到无人机可以表现得很好，所以台湾目前就是利用这种所谓军用，然后商业规格，就是 off the shelf， 就是既有成熟技术来发展你说的这个无人机队，我觉得是对的。
While the military continues to practice using drones on the battlefield, the Zhongshan Institute will be hard at work, producing the weapons and technology needed to help defend the country. Rick E. and Jaime Ocon for Taiwan Plus.
North Korea is expected to hold a major military parade in its capital, Pyongyang. The event will celebrate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the country's army. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un paid tribute to the nation's soldiers at a banquet on Tuesday. Satellite images show North Korean armed forces gathering for what could be one of the largest parades in recent history. The ceremony is expected to showcase the country's growing number of nuclear and conventional weapons. Taiwan is developing more geothermal power plants as it works to increase its renewable energy sources. But at one of the biggest projects in the southeast of the country, some locals say the new development has not come with enough benefits for their nearby community. This is the Hongye Geothermal Power Plant in Taidong County. When it starts operating next year, it'll be Taiwan's second biggest producer of geothermal power. The plant will be able to generate 1 megawatt of electricity, enough to power about 1,000 homes. It also includes a hot spring resort, which opened for business last August.
地热发电它去结合这个温泉，因为跟这个地方创生，跟观光结合是一个永续的。
But the development of this plant comes with high expectations. Hongye was devastated by Typhoon Morakot in 2009, which wiped out the area's hot spring industry. So, one of the goals of the geothermal project is to help revitalize the region. The resort has made a point to employ mostly nearby residents, and part of the proceeds from future electricity sales will go towards helping the community. But for some locals, this is not enough.
只是说我们这边有一个温泉而已了，对年轻人没有很吸引。
Officials are asking locals what else can be done, and how the new development will have meaningful benefits for their community.
我也会努力的做功课，跟我们地方倾听地方的声音，以及业者这边。
To make good on their promise, the plant's developers are trying to figure out initiatives that will benefit the local area. But they'll also have to convince the Hongye community to warm up to this geothermal project. Coming up, Taiwan's new drones learn how to fly, on the fly, from a fly. Stay tuned.
A roadmap for a just and open world. Charted by the freest country in Asia.
5, 4, 3, 2.
A warm welcome to Taiwan Plus News. I'm Ian Kavat. Taiwanese semiconductor giant TSMC.
Public buses to be electric by 2030. A mission that begins with listening.
And telling the stories of Taiwan.
In Taipei for Taiwan Plus.
Drawing insight from original thinkers.
And sharing it with the world. Taiwan Plus News, a voice of freedom in Asia.
Thank you for watching Taiwan Plus. For more great news from Taiwan and around the world, visit TaiwanPlus.com and download the app.
Welcome back. You're watching Taiwan Plus News. The Taiwan Space Agency is set to launch its first domestically built weather satellite. It's meant to provide more accurate meteorological data and could help to predict typhoons. John Van Trieste has more.
Ready for liftoff. This is a replica of Triton, Taiwan's first homegrown weather satellite. Triton could be launched into orbit as early as next month. As the model shows, it's only 1 meter wide, but it's a big step forward for Taiwan's aerospace industry.
猎风者号，它是我们第一个自主的气象卫星，也是太空中第2个自主的卫星。
82% of Triton's components and much of its technology were created right here in Taiwan. But this isn't just a matter of national pride. The weather data it will provide could help save lives.
它上去之后呢，如果说它能够顺利的繁衍出来这个海面风场的资料哈，那这对于我们气象预报或者是台风预报会有很大的助益。
Taiwan already has other weather satellites. One cluster was launched in 2019, but Triton will be orbiting at an angle, giving it a different view of the world. This will allow meteorologists to gather a greater range of data.
在量测地面的反射，它可以去量土壤的湿度，或者是其实它也有去量海冰的状况。
Triton is set to launch from a space center in France's South American territory, French Guiana. When it does, the satellite will give Taiwan a clearer picture of weather patterns and put a piece of Taiwanese tech into orbit. Damon Lin and John Van Trieste for Taiwan Plus.
Boat passengers traveling from China to Taiwan's outlying islands no longer need proof of a negative COVID test. The new policy took effect on Wednesday, the second day of resumed normal ferry service. Travelers will only need to show a Chinese health declaration. Ferry services were suspended during the COVID-19 pandemic, but they restarted on a limited basis over the Lunar New Year. Regular crossings began again on Tuesday. But the only people allowed aboard are residents of the Jinmen and Matsu Islands and their Chinese spouses. Taiwan's agriculture agency has announced a freeze on egg sale prices. Egg farmers had been told to expect a rate hike following a poor egg harvest. But on Tuesday, the Council of Agriculture notified farmers that this change was no longer happening. January's cold spell had cut egg production, and while consumers are paying more for eggs, farmers have not seen higher revenues. Egg farmer associations have criticized the agency's move. They say it could negatively impact egg producers and sellers. The government says it will reach a decision about future rates within a week. Baseball is Taiwan's national sport. And just like American kids dream of playing in the big leagues, kids here have that same dream. That hope is especially strong in indigenous communities in eastern Taiwan. In fact, some indigenous players who make it as pros say baseball changed their life. And to give those same opportunities to the next generation, they've been holding an annual youth tournament for almost 3 decades. Eugene Huang was there to find out what baseball means to these young dreamers.
Their road to the Kir Cup Championship was a bumpy one, but Team Beinan has strong support. The stands are always full of family members. Most of the players' parents think baseball is a good thing, not just because it gives their kids a goal, it also offers a safety net when they are not around. Some children live in the school dorm because their parents work in cities far away. Others choose to live here purely because of their love for baseball. Yang Cheng-en asked his parents to transfer him to Beinan Elementary so he could get better baseball training. This ambition runs in the family. His grandfather wanted to be a professional player. So did his uncle. His father, Yang Qi-wei, played catcher in a semi-pro league for several years. To his family, he is a hero.
我爸爸打拳击打的时候很帅。
因为那时候大哥棒球成绩很好啦，爸爸妈妈都会带我去看哥哥打棒球，也是被哥哥影响到，然后才想说跟着哥哥的脚步这样子去打棒球。
Right from elementary school, Yang Qi-wei's family always thought he would make it as a professional. He represented Taiwan at international junior tournaments as a teen and qualified for the league draft. Then came the curveball. He didn't get picked up by a team.
那时候就打击很大的，然后我也就跟我老爸讲，爸，没有办法了呢。我的能力实力到这里。
The hands that used to catch pitches now drive a tractor. Today he's a farmer, but Yang Qi-wei still lives like a baseball player. His day starts at sunrise, the same time the Beinan team heads to the diamond. As the young players work the baseball field, Yang works the rice paddy. The discipline he learned from the sport is exactly why he wants his son on a team.
团体生活之后，他的想法啦，跟他的行为在做什么事，比较不会像以前那么冲动。因为他的个性是急性子的小孩子，球技是看他自己的表现，也不会说强求他一定要说有。 很好的成绩啦。
His father might not demand too much of him, but Yang Cheng-en wants more.
我觉得爸爸没有达到职棒很可惜，我想要帮他完成梦想。
Yang's hard work pays off. His team, Beinan Elementary, makes it to the finals of the 2022 Kir Cup. But they have a formidable opponent, Hongye Elementary. That's the school that sparked Taiwan's obsession with youth baseball in the 1960s. Beinan take an early lead and carry on racking up the runs. They end up winning the game, 9-3. It's a sweet victory for Team Beinan. Their hard work and discipline has paid off. Taiwan's home run king Lin Zhisheng, one of the organizers of this tournament, says their dedication will serve them well later in life.
所以我们打棒球之后没有工作，其实我们的毅力会比别人更好，因为我们只想做好一件事情。不管在哪一个工作，只要你愿意付出，你会有回报。
Someday, baseball may lead these kids to a better life. But Yang Qiwei says there are many paths to a promising future.
你在球场上的那种专注力，每个人的眼睛都看着那一颗球。那个球现在到我们工作，就是我们的工作，我们眼睛专注，就是要在这个，只是环境不一样而已。
那你是不是用打棒球的精神在打拳？
也是一样，用生命在工作。
Whether his sweat comes from playing baseball or from farming, whether his clothes are dirty from the rice field or the baseball field, Yang Qiwei gives the same dedication to whatever he does. And that's why he is his son's idol. Away from the field, the power of baseball lives on, a source of hope and inspiration to families like the Yangs. Alex Chen, BT Zhang, and Eugene Huang for Taiwan Plus.
In other sports news, Taiwanese-American NBA star Jeremy Lin is getting ready to play his first game for the Kaohsiung Steelers this weekend. Sandy Chi was at his first media appearance ahead of the game.
高雄粉丝，我落地了，我来了，很期待看到你们。
That was basketball champion Jeremy Lin's message to his fans after his arrival in Taiwan last week. And now that he's on Taiwanese soil, the hype around Lin's star is only rising. I'm at a press conference in southern Taiwan where Jeremy Lin is making his first media appearance for the Kaohsiung Steelers. They're the only team from the south in the 16-plus league, and now they can boast that they have an NBA star on their side. Lin shot to fame during the 2011 to 2012 NBA season when he was playing for the New York Knicks. His stellar performances during the season made Lin an international star and kick-started a phenomenon that became known as Linsanity. Now in Taiwan, the 34-year-old will be making his first appearance with the Kaohsiung Steelers on February 12th. He decided to join the Taiwanese team for several reasons.
可能我年轻的时候，我都是比较想证明我自己，自己的表现，或者就是赢冠军。那现在我可能是年纪比较大的时候，想找比较有意义的篮球。那现在我可能比较会专注下一代的球员。那钢铁就是有很多很有天分、很有能力的年轻球员，就是了解他们的方向，他们球队的方向跟想法，我觉得这个是很适合我。
But based on ticket sales, it seems that Linsanity is yet to properly take off in Taiwan. Tickets for his debut game went on sale on January 6th, and there are still some left over. Compare this with his fellow NBA star Dwight Howard. In his first play for the Taiwan Leopards, tickets sold out just in 6 minutes. But fans are definitely looking forward to seeing Jeremy Lin going head-to-head with his younger brother, Joseph. The Lin brothers will face off against each other on February 28th, with Joseph playing for the new Taipei Kings, and those tickets are sold out. Now Jeremy in Taiwan will get to see whether the Linsanity phenomenon will continue. Patrick Chen and Sandy Chi in Kaohsiung for Taiwan Plus.
Taiwanese scientists have taken inspiration from nature to create improved drone technology. These drones use algorithms based on the nervous systems of fruit flies to avoid crashing into objects. Sam Robbins has more.
This might look like a normal drone, but the technology used to fly it is unique. Scientists at Taiwan's National Tsinghua University have unveiled a new chip for drones like this one. They say it allows the devices to detect objects and avoid crashes. The technology is based on bug brains, and it might help drones flee from trouble.
这么小的果蝇也好，蚊子也好，事实上它们的飞行都非常的顺利。
好，那你也很难看到果蝇没事会撞到墙上面去。所以它的避障肯定是非常值得我们学习的。
This is a model of a fruit fly's brain. The red parts send visual information to the center where it's processed. This creates an image like the one on the right here. For a bug, things aren't always so clear. But the scientists say that even such low-resolution views can provide crucial insights.
比较远的物体动得比较慢，近的物体动得比较快。所以说，像果蝇这种，他们就是看视野中哪些地方动得特别快，那个就是对它比较近。所以我们的演算法基本上也是依照这个原理。
The goal is not only to make drones more aware of their surroundings. The scientists say their tech can also cut costs and increase energy efficiency. They hope this technology can help drones used in rescue missions during disasters and in agriculture. It's a reminder that these bugs are worth a second look. They might just hold the key to a future technological breakthrough. Eason Chen and Sam Robbins for Taiwan Plus.
Thank you for watching Taiwan Plus News. Remember to download the Taiwan Plus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of the Taipei 101 and Taipei City Hall lighting up to pray for Turkey after the earthquakes. I'm Eric Gao. Take care and see you next time.